I don't know if anybody's got a better view than I do here. I'm looking forward to these guys. Pro Truck coming out for 45. Looks like we got a refire. We got a refire happening. And good luck, drivers. Marshals ready. Drivers ready. Down and quiet. And here we go, off and running. And we get away pretty cleanly through turn number 1. That's always the trickiest. Now through the center triple. Somebody get that oxygen tank on order. Usually in these pro-lane mains, by the end of 45 minutes, my fingers are tingling, my legs are tingling. I'm out of oxygen, I'm struggling. Luckily, I got Jimmy Babcock right here. And coming into the first hairpin, Ty Tessman and Ryan Mayfield get together, and that puts Tessman out front. Ryan Cavalieri in the top 2 now. Hot Bodies, Associated TLR in the top 3. Bornhorst maintains that top 4, and then I've got Tebow. Tebow catches an edge. Steve's right there with him, and then Dakota Fenn. Dakota Fenn cuts to the inside of Steve's and punts him off the track. So these guys are going at it hard early on here. Hopefully they calm down and run it out for 45 minutes and don't break themselves in the first 35 seconds, that is. Tessman through the front side, stretching out an advantage of about 0.8 of a second. Looks like it might be a little bit closer than that now. Actually, on second thought, maybe not. Mayfield really charging in on the inside of Cavalieri, and again, Cavalieri going wide, and this time Mayfield making a clean pass. Tessman through that center triple section with the white rims, Hot Bodies, D8T, Tessman edition, working up onto the backside. Tessman through the step off, 39 flat, that's fast lap of the race here. Ryan Mayfield, Cavalieri, and Bornhorst, then a 3-way battle for second. And Ty Tessman trying to stretch this one out early. He was leading in the closing stages of our Pro E-Buggy final. And with about 2 laps to go, he lost a big lead. Now he's backwards on the track. And here comes Mayfield. So about 3 laps to go, it was Ty Tessman that went in, made a little contact, and took that spot from Mayfield. And here we go. Mayfield settles in behind. Nice inside line there for Mayfield, and up over the step. Onto the back straightaway we go, over the roller. Tessman, 41-2 with that spin around, 39.5 from Mayfield. Through the pit lane double and through the step-up section we go. Right side triple now. Ty Tessman, back-to-back champion 3 times over in both buggy and truck. Tessman absolutely has been killing it since this Nitro Challenge moved to Fear Farm. He won 1 championship, and now Mayfield sends it off wrong. All kinds of wrong on that center triple. So Ty Tessman, his first big win, came with the Nitro Challenge back in the Nitro pit. Since then, I think he's won 5 or 6 titles here at the Fear Farm venue. So Tessman feels very comfortable. Ryan Mayfield through the step-up section, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. All covered by about 1.5 seconds right now, and we're 3:15 in, 41:45 remaining on the clock. All kinds of time for these pros to work it out. Tessman pretty high on the berm, Mayfield not quite so much, and then Bornhorst higher than any. Ryan Cavalieri with that new Associated rig for Chuggy. You know, Associated has been kind of left without a Chuggy for the last, I don't know how many months. And a lot of people have been waiting for it. Well, it is just now getting to everyone. And a big debut for that rig right here. Cavalieri running a nice top 4 at this point. Still very early in. Let me give you the overall. We'll have Jimmy continue on with the leaders. Ty Tessman leading the way. Ryan Mayfield on the 2. He's 1 back. John Bornhorst another 6/10 behind. And Cavalieri 8/10. Tebow, Fan, Truey, Lutz, King, and Ripken down through 10th. Tanner Steves, David Ronafalk, Austin Blair, Tanner Denny, and Renaud Sevilla.
All right, 4:20 down, 40 minutes and 41 seconds to go. Ty Tessman, your leader. Ryan Mayfield second. Joe Bornhorst, he's the sleeper. Race after race, Joe Bornhorst getting faster and faster in that Techno, yellow and red truggy. So it's the Hot Bodies out front. TLR second, Techno third, Associated fourth, and Kyosho top 5. So 5 different manufacturers represented in the top 5 here as we're approaching the 5-minute mark. Fast lap of the race, 39 flat for Ty Tessman, but Mayfield is closing in fast. Good 4-truck breakaway. Tebow leading the second group, running in the 5th spot with Truey. Looks to be Truey now, moving up to 6th. Dakota Fenn 7th. World champion Cody King in 8th. And it looks like Spencer Rivkin rounding out your top 10. Rivkin 9th and Lutz top 10. So good battle. Bornhorst, Pace, and Mayfield around the track. No one gaining an inch, no one losing. We're watching the best racers in the world here at Pier Farm RC Raceway.
So we're at the 5:30 mark, and Ty Tessman still leads out. Ryan Mayfield just got so lucky, and Ty Tessman makes a little bobble as well. So Mayfield, a big bobble. We thought Tessman might sneak away. The opposite is true. Here comes Mayfield trying to scream back up and side by side with Tessman. Coming up on our first fuel stops in about another 2 minutes from now. We are 5:45 in. Tons of time remaining. Look at that 4-car group on the back roller coaster section. Ryan Mayfield has been gaining a 39.7 to a 40.5 last time around. Tessman uses that outside line on the triple through the switchback. And you can see these pros start to adjust their lines as this track changes. Tessman again to the start-finish line at 39.4. Good lap there. Mayfield at 39.7. Bornhorst 39.8, 39.9 from Cavalieri. Tebow then 6.9 back. And we've got Cody King upside down. So King dropping a couple spots right there. Nose to tail, and they get together. To Ryan Mayfield, I think there was contact after Ty Tessman was already kind of back end up, coming through that roller coaster section. Looked like Tessman maybe flat landed a little bit and grabbed front brake. And that put Tessman's rear end up. Mayfield was carrying speed. And we'll see what they say on Live RC with the replay there. But on the very far back corner, Ryan Mayfield takes back that top spot. And look at this, Bornhorst up on 2 wheels and up into the top 2. Ty Tessman right there in 3rd. He'll be back at it for sure. And then Ryan Cavalieri makes the top 4, all separated by about 2 full seconds is all. 7:15 in, 7 minutes and 15 seconds into this 45-minute final. And we've had some good action already. Mayfield with that new Reds power and that TLR ride. And J Concepts rubber. Sidewinder working onto the backside. Bornhorst with a Techno. Yellow rims, yellow and red body. These guys are famous enough. I don't have to describe the paint jobs to you. You see them on Live RC, Neo Buggy, Red. Everywhere you look, it's the same guy as every single race. Look at this. Bornhorst comes in a little bit earlier than everybody else. He's back down and away, flying out of pit lane. Mayfield stretching out a little advantage here. It's about a full short shoot away right now to Ty Tessman. Ty Tessman with hot bodies. Pull line in OS. Tessman through that corner table and up onto the backside step up. Just glazes those wheels right over the top of the step and tries to get back down on the ground and under power as soon as he possibly can. 8:20 now in, 8:20 in, and look at this, the top 2 stay out and Cavalieri as well. Interesting, these guys are really stretching on fuel. Tells you how much time they put into it. Choosing their engines at the track, pipes, manifold, fuel, it all makes a difference. And right now, if my sight is correct, I've not seen Mayfield, I've not seen Tessman, I've not seen Cavalieri come in for fuel, but did I miss it? Here comes Mayfield, peels it in, into pit lane. Gann catches, Jakey fuels. Mayfield back down and away. Here comes Tessman in, here comes Cav. Good fuel stop there from Tessman. Cavalieri back down and away as well. Mechanics, pit guys, make sure we're looking. Perfect, nice work. Make sure we're looking for traffic before we throw out. Hate to see somebody get broke. Mayfield still has the top spot after fuel, but Bornhorst came in early And look at that. That's how fast Bornhorst fuel stop was, clearly. Joe with the techno, trying to put some heat on Mayfield right here. Mayfield and Bornhorst separated by 0.4 of a second. Ty Tessman, another 1.2 behind. Ryan Cavalieri, 1.6. Through the roller coaster now, left to right double. These guys running within about 15 feet of each other. And in the corners, it gets up to about 3 feet. See who rails the berm, both. Coming out, slingshot through the triple. And through that little anti-gravity left-hand roller. Love that turn, a lot of fun. And switching back to the right-hander, then Mayfield coming to the backside, puts his left wheels up onto the pipe a bit, and Bornhorst almost had an opening. Joe Bornhorst is feeling it right here. Last time these guys hit the track, round number 3, Bornhorst was lightning quick. That's right, a TQ in round number 3, so not surprising that Bornhorst is right there with the top-level talent that we've got at the Nitro Challenge. He is top-level talent right now.
That would be the 3 TQs of each round right there. First, second, third.
Ryan Mayfield working the backside now to the line. 39.6. And now Bornhorst with a crash out on the front left corner. And that puts the world champ, Ty Tessman, back up into the top 2. He'll set his sights now on Mayfield. Through the roller coaster on the back right corner. Left to right through the short gap double. And you can see Tessman testing out that inside line. I just feel like Tessman likes to gain air and try to downside that table. Fast lap of the race belongs to Mayfield with a 39 flat. Bornhorst has a 39.1. Tessman with a 39 flat, 0.095. So Mayfield just barely eking out the fastest lap that we've seen here. But all these guys in the top 3, 4, 5, they're right there, believe me. So let's go through the rest of the field. We've been concentrating a lot on the battle out front. And that is a product of what it is. It's been fantastic. But let's go through the whole field. Ryan Mayfield leads away by 9/10 right now on Tessman as we hit the 12-minute mark. Joe Bornhorst another 8/10 behind. Ryan Cavalieri then 2.7 back. Dakota Fend 11 behind. Spencer Ripken then 8/10 back. Ryan Lutz 2.3 back. He's got Tree and Runafalk right there. Runafalk, your reigning champion in Pro Truck. Tanner Caesar's 10th. Cody King is 11th. And then several Blair, Tanner Denny all battling. And Jared Tebow waiting on a lap. There he is. So Jared Tebow back out and running 15 back now from Tanner Denny. Tebow with another little mistake here on the front side. So catching back up with our leaders now. Mayfield through the triple in the center. Looks to be about a 30-foot gap on that. That corner tabletop that these guys are coming out of, for me, is one of the best places to make up time. And we saw Mayfield make a big pass there in E-Buggy Pro just a few races ago. Mayfield back to the front side now after getting it all wrong on the front left double. And that's going to allow Tessman a little bit closer. Entering this lap, 2.407, the distance from Mayfield back to Tessman. We'll see what it is at the end of lap number 21. Mayfield again, a little bobble, if you will. Kind of had to check up after almost getting into the pipe. Mayfield, your TQ in all 3 pro classes this week. And he's got 1 championship already claimed today. He's leading out here. We have so much time left. 13:45 to go and 31:15 remaining. Bornhorst looks to be catching on the back door there of Tessman now. Working to the right side over the triple. Man, these pros are so good. You have no idea how difficult it is to land that triple on the downside. If you downside that thing, it's way smoother and you can make the left-hander perfectly. But it is so difficult to do, and these guys make it look so simple. Every single lap, no problem. Ryan Mayfield back in front of our window here. 14:30 in, 30:30 to go. Just getting underway. Gap now 1.4 seconds. Mayfield to Tessman. It was up on 2. Bornhorst another 1.2 back. Cavalieri another 1.1. Top 4 drivers have been running in this order or close to it since the tone went off. Mayfield qualified first, Tessman second, Bornhorst qualified fourth. He's moved up a spot, and Cavalieri down 1 spot in that associated New Truggy, the RC8T3. 15 minutes in, fuel stops happening. Here comes Savoya. Renault Savoya with fuel, and he's back down and away. More takers. Here comes Bornhorst. He comes in 1 or 2 laps before the others. And last time I believe it was 2 laps that Mayfield and Tessman went longer than Bornhorst. So we'll see another 2 laps from now. By the end of this race, that could mean that Ty Tessman and Ryan Mayfield might have a fuel stop advantage over at least Bornhorst. Cavalieri coming in on pace, and Mayfield working up on the top side. 15:45 in right now. Working lap number 25. 1.2 seconds the difference here between Mayfield and Tessman. Cavalieri in the top 3. Joe Bornhorst 4th, and Spencer Ripken now moving top 5. Ripken 11 back. You never know what can happen there. Ripken by the line with a 39.8. Watch him in and out of fuel. So Ryan Mayfield coming through the front side, and we believe fuel stops should be coming to us very soon. Mayfield on the left side, drop down the front side, double. We've got 16:30 in. Mayfield over Tessman by 2. So once again, we expect fuel stops here. I am watching a lot of the tracks, so these guys make such fast stops that maybe I missed it completely, but we've got the leaders coming through the center triple section here. 16:45 in, 28:15 remaining. Mayfield, Tessman, and now Mayfield with a mistake. Mayfield still up on the pike. Marshall gets him, but Tessman takes back the top spot. Further on the back side, we've got 17 in.
All right, fuel stops coming up soon for our leaders. Tessman going to stay out. Mayfield going to stay out 1 more. Nose to tail. Mayfield leading a good portion of this one. Making a mistake right before that backside step up. Giving Tessman the lead. Mayfield so far TQ'd all 3 pro classes this weekend. 1 for 1 with the Pro E-Buggy Championship. Trying to make it 2 for 2. But Ty Tessman, the young, getting older Canadian, has his number as of now. Good battle right now between Hot Bodies and TLR as they go down the back straightaway. Will they come in this time by for fuel? The gap is 0.5 of a second. Could they come in at the same time? Mayfield, here comes Tessman and Mayfield, both of our leaders in for fuel. Gord and Leanne, Kevin and Jake. Oh, they hit as they come out. And it is Ty Tessman that gets the advantage. They're coming up on Joe Bornhorst. Looks like Joe Bornhorst now taking over the lead in the Techno buggy. So 3-way battle into the berm turn for the lead, heading over the triple jump. The Techno of JB Joe Bornhorst out front. Ty in second and Mayfield in third. Good manufacturer battle as well. Little mistake there, big mistake there for Joe Bornhorst as Savoya lets him go by. So Tessman and Mayfield assume the position. First and second, once again, drafting around the track. Front side double, step up. Mayfield can't get any closer as they go over the right side. Mayfield almost cases that right side triple and launches off that roller in the backside. Here they come over the tabletop, down through the start straight, into the whooped out corner. They're going to send it into that berm, and heading up over the triple jump they go. Bornhorst right there getting a front row seat at the battle.
Unbelievable events in pit lane. I saw Gordon look back and try to make sure that it was clear. There were so many people there as Mayfield catches an edge that when Tessman got thrown down, there were about 3 of them that hit off each other. Ty Tessman, your leader, and Mayfield put the pressure on bigger than life. But right now, Mayfield with a little bit of a bobble on the front left corner, trying to get back through on Bornhorst, and does. He'll set his sights back up there onto Tessman. Tessman working around the hairpin and coming into the big sweep. High on the berm goes Mayfield. Bornhorst has so much speed, and Cavalieri making a move with Team Associated as well. Tessman, is he going to be able to hold off Mayfield? Mayfield was closing in. We saw Mayfield 2 laps ago come right up on the back door, right in this very section. Tessman, brake checking Mayfield a little bit, says that's my line, you're going to have to do something better. Looking to the right side, triple Mayfield a little bit wider on that line there than Tessman. And we come left to right over the double, and then that little bit of an option. And now it's Mayfield takes the super inside line, that abrupt edge on the tabletop. Tessman, Mayfield, and Bornhorst, these three only separated by 1 full second. Unbelievable race unfolding before our very eyes here in Phoenix, Arizona. 20 minutes, 30 seconds, and 24:30 remaining on the clock here. Tessman, Mayfield, Bornhorst, and look at this. Coming back to the front side again. Ty Tessman with hot bodies, and Mayfield, as Jimmy said, close enough to draft. It is Daytona Day tomorrow. It's Nitro Challenge week. Bornhorst and Cavalieri have their own battle going on for third. Bornhorst up on 2 wheels. Cavalieri takes advantage. Now Ty Tessman puts his rights up on the pipe, and Ryan Mayfield makes it through again.
Wow, oh wow, one of the best races I've seen in a long time. Oh, a mistake by Mayfield. That's going to give Tessman back the lead. So the lead changes twice on that one single lap. Here we go, Ty Tessman back out front. Your second qualifier, top qualifier, Mayfield in the TLR. And guess who's back? Ryan Cavalieri right there in the mix as they go over that right side triple, and Joe Bornhorst. So currently Hot Bodies, TLR, Team Associated's new truggy, and of course the reliable Techno RC vehicle running in that 4th spot. It's been a while. We're coming up on halfway in about a minute. But when's the last time you've seen a race 20 minutes in with the top four different manufacturers all doing battle for the race lead? Down the back straightaway, fast lap of the race, Mayfield 39 flat, Tessman with a 39 flat. So identical lap times, very close in speed, very close in skill. Inside move, almost Mayfield side by side over the front step up and holds the inside over the triple jump. And it is the TLR now taking over the lead. Ryan Mayfield, but Tessman. Oh, Tessman going to come up short, going to get a...
And Cavalieri gave him a little bit of a boost right there. Ryan Cavalieri on that right side table wasn't going fast enough. I cut off Jimmy Babcock. He's got the one-liners to boot up here right now. Tessman from Canada. All kinds of trouble here on lap number 34. Tanner Steve's going to have the leaders. Tanner Denny coming through. Tanner Denny leaders all coming through here. Ty Tessman, a 40.9, so loses a second right there on that one.
Halfway, guys, just after halfway. 22.5 down, 22.5 to go. If the second half of this race is anything like the first half, you guys are in for a treat. Best seat in the house, best drivers in the world, one of the best tracks in the world. We're doing battle with 22 minutes to go in this 45-minute final. Right now, Ryan Mayfield, local Arizona boy. Ty Tessman from up north in Canada, and Cavalieri running. Oh, Cavalieri now going to move up, so it's the Ryans now running 1 and 2. Of course, Tessman making that mistake, but giving it a death rev and getting back onto his wheels last time by. 23.5 down, 21.5 to go for our leader.
One of the best races that I've seen, and believe me, last year's buggy final was one of the best races I've seen in my life. This one right here, I think, has more drama through the first 23 minutes than that last race did for about 43 minutes. The last 2 minutes of that one, yeah, it was good. But right here, Mayfield and Tessman have been battling. Mayfield right now over Tessman by 4.8. I say that because you know that Ty Tessman eventually is going to move forward and try to regain. Looks like I've got maybe Steve's running mid-pack in there. Tanner Steve's with a hot by. He's going to let Cavalieri by. Tanner Denny right there. And Ty Tessman will be looking to make the move as well. That was a really rough lap for Tessman a couple laps ago. It was a 43 flat compared to the competitors going 40 flat and 39.3 on that very same lap. So Tessman has a lot to make up for. He was back by about 4. Now the gap is 2.1. Cavalieri in a brand new associated ride, 1.6 back from Mansfield. We are 24:45 in and 20:15 remaining on the clock here. When will we see our next fuel stops? We all know that Bornhorst has been coming in first. Right now, Bornhorst trailing in that 4 slot, 2.7 back from Tessman. Ripken 5th, Ronafalk in the 6th slot, Ryan Lutz, and then Cody King. And now Cavalieri making a move up into the top. Ryan Cavalieri and Team Associated to the front of the pack, and Mayfield trails. Front side double, Cavalieri hits it solid. Track starting to dry out just a little bit. You can see the groove get a little bit slick. Some of that loose dust on there, and wow, Cavalieri through the front section into the right side triple. Really took some time on Mayfield, but Mayfield looks like he gains it back in through the roller coaster section, and all of a sudden Mayfield right back on the back door here of Cavalieri. 25:40 in. 25:40 in, 19:20 remaining on the clock. Race number 27. We continue on tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. with race 28. If you're race 28, don't go to sleep. You got to stay up and watch this thing here.
Man, if I had $1 for every time the Ryans did battle for a race lead, I'd be a millionaire at this point. And once again, Cavalieri and Mayfield duking it out. Cavalieri in that brand new Team Associated ride, and he takes a tumble. Mayfield going to take it back for TLR, and here comes the hot bodies. Never count out Tessman. So now Joe Bornhorst starting to lose ground to the leaders, turning into a 3-horse race here up front. But Mayfield taking it back. Cavalieri second, brand new Team Associated RC8T3 running in the second spot. Led for a couple laps, but here comes the hot bodies. Tessman, we know he never gives up. And it is a 3-car battle right down the front side here with 26.5 down. We're less than 20 minutes to go, actually 18 minutes left to go. So maybe 1 or 2 more pit stops going to determine the champion. Hopefully this one comes down to the final lap. We got Bornhorst still in 4th with Spencer Ripken and another associated top 5. Ronafalk in 6th, Ryan Lutz in 7th.
Cavalieri's got a problem. Cavalieri's got a problem. So coming down the short chute, Cavalieri inside on the pipe after the turn, put his rights right up on the pipe and might have detonated something there. Definitely something not right. And Cavalieri coming back. That is a sad state of events because we had a 3-way battle for the ages. Here comes Mayfield in. He's up on the blocks. Tessman. Fuel and gone. So now it's down to 2. Well, actually it's a lot more than that possible. But the 2 that we've been watching left, Ryan Mayfield and Ty Tessman. Mayfield right here, a local boy, and Ty Tessman out of Canada, but so many people rooting for Ty Tessman at each and every race. Family travels around the world as Ty Tessman tries to dominate and prove himself as the best racer in the world in the 8-scale realm. He is your world champion.
So it looks like Cavalieri just firing right back up and getting back out there. So it appears that Cavalieri just ran out of fuel. Now he's back in action, unfortunately, all the way down to the 13th position while battling for the lead. Car just came to a stop in the triple. As soon as they got him back to pit lane, it fired right back up with a little bit of fuel added, and he is off. So tough break for Cavalieri. Not 100% sure that was what happened, but that's what it appeared like happened.
So that could definitely be Tessman, and Mayfield came in at the end of that lap or the beginning of the next lap. So it could be the Cavalieri just not quite topped off on fuel. 28:45 remaining right now. Ryan Mayfield by 2.1. Bornhorst and then Tessman 1.1 back. Remember, Bornhorst on a different fuel strategy right now. And Bornhorst takes the lead like this. What he needs to do is try to stretch that lead out and make up the distance. Bornhorst loses that advantage though, and Mayfield leads once again. So Mayfield and then Bornhorst. And Ty Tessman coming up on the back door of Joe. Daniel Lewis and Techno all cheering on Bornhorst. Clearly has the setup dialed in. And now Bornhorst a mistake. He rights the ship, and not before Ty Tessman makes the pass. And Tessman through the front side step up. Big advantage now over Joe. Joe Bornhorst needs to regroup. Throw clean laps together and try to make this a three-way battle once again right now. We've got Mayfield by 3, and it's going to be longer than that now.
Rifkin and Lutz for 5th. Over right side triple.
Another good battle on the track, working onto the backside through the roller coaster. Through that left to right gap, and Ryan Lutz unable to make the double. He goes single. Spencer Rifkin with the blue front end to purple.
Johnny Johnson.
30:15 in, 14:45 remaining. Tanner Stees now rolls it over right in front of us here. Good time to go through the overall. Ryan Mayfield now by 3.8. Remember, Mayfield was 3 up on Bornhorst. Bornhorst made that mistake, and so now Tessman in the 2 slot, 3.8 back. Bornhorst another 2.6 behind. Ronafalk another 11 seconds back. And then Rifkin and Lutz trying to battle it out for a top 5. Cody King in 7th. He's 19 seconds behind. Tanner Denny another 7 back from King. Truey then just 9 cents back with a new Mugen platform. Renault Savoya and Tanner Steves battling for 10th. Austin Blair and Ryan Cavalieri battling for 12th. Dakota Fenn 14th and Jared Tebow 15th. Race number 27, working the track here, our Pro Truck Final. A 45-minute event, has only 14 minutes to go now, 14. Cavalieri trying to work his way back through traffic, so unfortunate. Out of fuel, he did it right about the half-lap mark, so he really lost a lot. But he's shown us much about not only his driving, but about that new Associated Truggy debuting here this week. Cavalieri with MX Power, working up into the high boom and back off into the triple section. And we look for our leaders, Mayfield and Ty Tessman, qualified 1 and 2, and they run that way right now. Mayfield 5 seconds up now. Last time by, 39.5 for Mayfield, 45 for Tessman. So the advantage is getting to be somewhat comfortable at this point for Mayfield. Joe Bornhorst 8 seconds back from Tessman. Rifkin and then Ronafalk and Lutz. Almost a three-way battle right there. Ronafalk 4.2 back from Rifkin, and then Lutz right on his tail. That's a good battle here at 32 minutes in. 13 minutes remaining. Ronafalk, your reigning Pro Truck champion. Yellow, orange, and green hot bodies with the white rims working up onto the backside step up. And Ryan Lutz in the pink and blue Techno rig. Ronafalk owns that spot, not by much, 6/10 between the two. 32:30 in, 12:30 remaining. 12 minutes and 30 seconds to go here. There's Mayfield by the line, 40.4. Tessman at 40.5. 5 full seconds, the gap between the top two right here. We saw fireworks in the opening stages of this race with both drivers bumping and touching and pushing their way forward. Right now, we've got a lot of separation, and you know what we're hoping for, of course. We're hoping that Tessman can catch up to the back door there of Mayfield and make this thing another side-by-side battle like we saw through the front and right side where those guys were in midair up over the table. And it looks like another small little bobble there for Tessman on the backside step up. So at the line, Mayfield with a 39.3, Tessman a 40.5, 6.1 now seconds between the top two. Joe Bornhorst 7.2 behind then. Spencer Rifkin another 9 back. David Ronafalk in the top 5, 5.7 behind. And then Ryan Lutz. Then King, Denny, Truey, Savoya, and Steves. Those two working through. You can see Savoya now, Steves upside down. Steves just kind of rolls it over. Kind of a phantom wreck right there. Steves, I don't know what caused that, but rolls it right over. And that is going to put him well back now from Ronafalk. Call it about a 3.5 second advantage. Ronafalk for that position. I'm sorry, that's not Ronafalk and Steves that are battling. Mayfield and Tessman out front now, 9.6. So Mayfield a 40 flat, Tessman a 43.5. Tessman had that bobble on the back step up, but I don't think that was the same lap. I wouldn't expect that rollover to cost him 3. Mayfield threw the step up right there, 40.050 last time. At the line with a 40.4 this time around. Tessman working his way through traffic, up onto the back straight. Over the roller and coming back through the front side. Tessman 39.7. So a good lap right there from Tessman. He's got the gap at 9 seconds. He needs a little help maybe at this point. We've got 35 minutes in, 10 to go. Joe Bornhorst 5.7 back. Rifkin another 9.7. So Spencer Rifkin, your two-wheel drive electric world champion for Team Associated. Now TiVo upside down, but Rifkin, back to Rifkin. Rifkin being from Arizona, I got to kind of see what he's doing a little bit here and there. And Spencer Rifkin does not have a lot of time working in the 8-scale world over the last few years. And so he has really picked it up and obviously feels very, very comfortable. Sure, he's been working hard. And he's got himself up in the top 4. Savoya, watch out right before the step up. And Eric Deschamps with a good marshal job out there. Appreciate the hustle. All my marshals today were fantastic. Thank you very much, guys. And looking for another strong day tomorrow. Lutz and Ronnefelk have been battling for the last 5 minutes. And for the first time, Ryan Lutz now up in front of David. Lutz in the pink and blue Techno and Ronnefelk in the hot bodies. Remember, your reigning champion right there from Carlos Corona, Sweden. And I'm starting to wonder what I missed in pit lane. Have we seen Mayfield come in as Tessman came in? We might want to start peeling our eyes right there on the Mayfield and Tessman show. Mayfield right now 9.1 up, and now it's Mayfield out of fuel. Ryan Mayfield rates in, he's out of fuel, and here comes Ty Tessman where he's at. Tessman makes the move. Tessman up onto the backside. Ryan Mayfield out of fuel. Unbelievable. We saw the same thing from Cavalieri. And getting by the line is Tessman. And Tessman surely going to come in now. And what a change of events here. Tessman up on the blocks, and here comes Tessman in for fuel up on the blocks with Gordon. Catching and throwing. Leanne has the fuel duties. And Tessman now back out on the track, and wow, have things changed here. Ryan Mayfield about maybe 12 seconds from coming in for fuel, and out of fuel on the left side step up. Ty Tessman, new leader, and how about Joe Bornhorst up into the top 2. David Ronnefelk top 3, but he's 16 back. Then Ryan Lutz 2 behind. Spencer Rifkin another 7 behind. Who's going to get by? It looks like Mayfield going to be in that number 6 position. 1 minute 30 seconds from lap to lap there for Ryan Mayfield in the Losi. And his hopes are dashed right now. Ty Tessman is smiling bigger than life. Unbelievable. He was done out 9 seconds back from Mayfield, and Mayfield looked to be cruising. But Ty Tessman, luck on his side, and look at this. 0.4 of a second now between Tessman and Bornhorst. Go ahead and take it.
All right, Ty Tessman, we're getting down to the wire. 7 minutes to go. Tessman had just come in for fuel, so he's got enough fuel on board to make the distance. Tessman by the loop. Bornhorst not too far behind. Bornhorst, I believe, peeled in for fuel, so it was a half a second. Now 6 seconds. Cody King with second place right there, and a battle for third as well. Ronnefelk and Lutz doing battle. There they go down the back straightaway.
So how about that? Joe Bornhorst was right there, 0.4 back from Tessman, but because of the fuel difference, Bornhorst has to come in for a splash, and now it's Ty Tessman by 6.4 seconds. 40.3 to a 46.3, that time by with Bornhorst and fuel. Ronnefelk, Lutz, and Spencer Rifkin top 5.
39 minutes down. We're down to our final 6 minutes of racing for Ty Tessman in the hot bodies, looking to take the championship here in Pro Truck. Tough luck. Ryan Cavalieri right there in the top 3. It appears that he runs out of gas. Mayfield out front by a little bit of a distance. He runs out of gas. And Ty Tessman so far is running strong right there. You got to be there at the end to win it. And Tessman has been there. Everything's been going right. Running around the track, Truck looks good. Pit crew is good. Pit stops are awesome. And we're down to 5:30 to go for Tessman and the 1/8 Pro Truck Championship for 2016 here at the Nitro Challenge.
And we've nearly got a three-way battle. It's a two-way battle right now for the final spot on the podium. A little bobble right there from Ronnefeldt. And what a gentleman Ryan Lutz is. Lutz could have went in hard and done a bump pass on Ronnefeldt. He does not. That speaks to the character of Ryan Lutz and that Techno team.
Creeping up with 5 minutes to go. He's been a sleeper the whole time, but the two-wheel drive world champion for electric, Spencer Rivkin now, not too far behind. Ronnefeldt and Lutz looking for a podium in that purple and blue team associated ride. Spencer Rivkin, one of the fastest ones, just biding his time, waiting for his chance to move up onto the podium. Little mistake there by Lutz, trying to keep pace with Ronnefeldt, last year's defending champion of the Truggy class. Spencer Rivkin only about 2 seconds behind the battle for the podium with 4.5 to go.
Ronnefeldt leading the way in the hot bodies right here through the front side. Pit lane double, and Lutz right there. Lutz with Team Techno trying to make that Techno up into the top three. Lutz has been on the podium before.
So after Cavallari flaming out now, running in.
And Ronnefeldt with a little mistake right there. And now a big block pass by Ronnefeldt trying to get back to the inside. He goes wide, can't block, and it's going to be Rivkin that moves into that spot. So Ryan Lutz right now on the podium with Spencer Rivkin and Team Associated, followed by the hot bodies of your reigning Pro Truck champion, David Ronnefeldt. And we've got 3:45 to go drivers.
All right, so good battle. Spencer waiting for that mistake. Lutz and Ronnefeldt getting together. That's going to open the door for Rivkin. Now up to fourth, setting his sights on the Techno of Lutz. Rivkin would love nothing more than to get on the podium here at his first big major race. He's done a couple races here in the past. A couple weeks ago he ran super quick, TQing out in Las Vegas, home of the World Championships. Now running forward, then he makes a mistake. While he's wide open, that's going to put Ronnefeldt back up to fourth. Rivkin now really has his work cut out for him as we are down to our final 3 minutes to go for Ty Tessman, our four-wheel drive buggy world champion. All right, 2:45 remaining for Ty Tessman as he comes by the loop with the 40.2. Joe Bornhorst 8 seconds back. So Tessman in the hot bodies, cruising around. He's got an 8-second lead and only 2.5 minutes to go. One of the better races. And believe you me, I've seen a lot of races in my time. And this one, for the first entire half of the race, we had a 4-way battle. Couple issues for a couple of the guys, running out of fuel. But nevertheless, an excellent race as we're winding it down. Hopefully tomorrow can produce something just as special when we get to about this time tomorrow evening for our buggy portion. Final day coming up tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. And right around, I'm guessing, 7 p.m. tomorrow, we'll kick off the Pro Buggy Final, the grand finale of the weekend, the creation of Joey and Aaron, coming to a close tomorrow evening. 1:45 remaining in this one.
So 1:45 to go, and it's Ty Tessman's race to lose. He's up by 8 seconds. Tessman, Bornhorst, Ryan Lutz, David Ronnefeldt, and Spencer Rivkin, and still a 3-way battle, and now a tight 2-way battle for that last spot on the podium. Look at those guys work off onto the roller coaster on the backside. 1:30 remaining here. Lutz in the pink and blue Techno. Lutz in the pink and blue Techno, trying to maintain that spot in a top 3. Second spot right now, Joe Bornhorst. How would that be for Techno with a second and third? 2 on the podium. And with coming up on 1 to go, Ty Tessman leads the way by 8.
1 minute left.
1 minute left, and just enough time to go through the storied history of Ty Tessman at the Dirt Nitro Challenge. His first big win as a pro came in 2010 with hot bodies. Again in 2012 in Truggy. Hot Bodies. Hot Bodies again in 2013. He tripled up 3 in a row in 2013. It wasn't his day in 2015. That was David Ronefalk. But David Ronefalk, your reign is down to 30 seconds. Ty Tessman, Hot Bodies, out of Canada, your reigning World 8-Scale Buggy Champion, wants to add another title here at the Dirt Nitro Challenge. He loves it. He's solid every single race, and 15 seconds from now, he might be hoisting that trophy. Break out the champagne. Ty Tessman working onto the backside through the step up with Bornhorst, and let's top 3. 5, 4, 3, and it's Ty Tessman getting by the line. There's the tone, and Tessman can crawl around the track. He can do backflips. He can do 360 donuts, but it doesn't matter. Nobody can take the title from him. And the final spot on the podium up for grabs, and it's Ripken that goes in heavy. So Ripken goes in heavy after that step-up section, and Ripken to the top 3. And the drivers just drop dead stop.
Austin Player done. Jared Tebow done.
Man, oh man, if you think these guys do this for a living and that's all it is, you are wrong. You should have seen Joe Bornhorst slamming the driver's stand in excitement for a second place finish. So great run for the Techno of Joe Bornhorst.